mic on there? Stupid. Can't do that.
Bullshit. A bullshit.
Oh, yeah.
It's mine.
I don't know how to pronounce this word.
You fucking wrote the word.
Oh, buddy.
What word is it?
Yep. Yep.
Man, you better not fuck me up.
Yeah, because I'm introducing the show. Are we just gonna leave it here in the middle the whole time? Couple of fucking answers, man. Hi, welcome to the first episode of Bumpin' Tonight Theater with your host, Chuck Jarman, and...
Wait, I'm so...
What's your name, cock?
Ronnie Boy.
We're here to bring to you the worst movies ever.
I gotta pee. It's because she's here.
She's fucking me up.
It's hard to talk when water heads around you.
Wait till we watch this motherfucker back. Okay,
Welcome to Bumpin' the Night Theater. We're here to play the stupidest movies ever made. And this guy's pretty stupid. We're going to start off this week with a movie called Plan 9 from Outer Space, the worst movie ever made.
to tell us more about the movie, here's Ronnie Oates.
Well, I'm going to tell you about the director. This part you won't see me, so they'll be filming this stuff so I won't look this stupid. Ed Wood Jr. was born in Pukapit on October 10, 1924. As a young boy, he loved movies. Ed was a World War II Marine veteran who had worn women's lingerie under his uniform. Yes, Ed Wood Jr. was a transvestite. Wood's first complete film was Glinda Glinda in 1952. It was a story of transvestism, however you say that was based on Wood's own life. A strong subject for an early time in films, Ed Wood went on to write and direct several movie films, including Jailbait, The Sinister Urge, Bride of the Monster, and tonight's pick, Plan 9 from Outer Space. All of these films were shot quickly and on a very low budget. Ed Wood's films all were shown on limited theatrical release, if any at all. Wood hurled his heart and soul into his movies. He never received the respect he deserved while he was alive. On December 10, 1978, Ed Wood was watching a football game on TV. Moments later, Wood died of a heart attack. He was 54 years old. He died shortly before the renewal of interest in his films. Within the 15 years since his death, Ed Wood and his films are 100 times more famous than they ever were in his whole life. Lots of merchandise is out. I'm making this part up. And a soon-to-be-released film by Tim Burton is in the works with Johnny Depp and Bill Murray appearing. And back to Charles.
Thank you, Ronald. Now, here's our movie. That's it.
Did anybody call you?
Who, me? No, of course not. Nobody likes me. That's a telephone.
Pretty good.
That should be good.
Okay?
Mm-hmm. Silence on the stage.
God, man, I got a raging burp coming.
Do you smell that?
You fucking farted. Okay. Hi, welcome to Bumpin' Night Theater with your hosts, Chuck Jarman and Ronnie Oates.
What?
Tonight we're bringing you Plan 9 from Outer Space, directed by Ed Wood Jr.
The world's worst movie ever made.
To give us more background on the film and its director, we have Ronnie Yost telling us a little bit more about it. Go ahead, Ron.
Hold on a second. Okay. Ed Wood Jr. was born in Poughkeepsie on October 10th, 1924. As a young boy, he loved movies. Ed was a World War II Marine veteran who had worn women's lingerie under his uniform. Yes, Ed Wood Jr. was a transvestite. Wood's first complete film was Glen or Glenda in 1952. It was a story of transvestism. Yeah. That was based on Wood's own life. A strong subject for an early time in films. You fucking with me? Ed Wood went on to write and direct several more films, including Jailbait, The Sinister Urge, Bride of the Monster, and tonight's pick, Plan 9 from Outer Space. All of these films were shot quickly and on a very low budget. Ed Wood films all were shown on limited theatrical release, if any release at all. Wood hurled his heart and soul into his movies. He never received the respect he deserved while he was alive. On December 10th, 1978, Ed Wood was watching a football game on TV. Moments later, Wood died of a heart attack. He was 54 years old. He died... Shut up. He died shortly before the renewal of interest in his films. Within the 15 years since his death, Ed Wood and his films are 100 times more famous than they ever were in his whole life. There's tons of merchandise, as you see on this table, and there's a soon-to-be-released Tim Burton film with Johnny Depp in the starring role of Ed Wood. Here's Charles.
Thank you, Ronald.
Anytime, man. Anytime.
Anyway, tonight's movie will start very shortly. So I hope you like it, because I do. It's one of my favorites.
Tell them a little about
Ronnie's
the movie,
favorite.
man. It was released in 1959.
You already said all that shit.
No, that was about him. I didn't talk about the movie. Tell him about the movie. I talked about Ed friggin' Wood.
I don't know
The
anything
guy,
about this
Ed
movie.
friggin' Wood made the movie.
I've never seen it.
directed it, wrote it, but this film is a masterpiece. Tell him about the film, not the guy that made the film. Hey man, this girl's in the movie. I met her. I met her last year in Los Angeles. She's a little old. She doesn't look that good no more, but I met her. Tell him about the movie.
It's good.
It came out in 1959. They started shooting it in 56. Tell him about that.
I don't think I need to now.
But Bella, they were filming Bella and he died in the middle of the movie. So they had to get this other guy. Tell him.
I think he just did.
Alright, play the friggin' movie. God. Jerk. This is cool music. Oh, I don't think they can see the Tor head. This is Tor.
Hey, we didn't talk about Tor.
Yeah, what? Yeah, there you go. You can talk about Tor.
I be get the flashlight out of the car, Johnny.
Well, I guess when you come back from that Ed Wood, talking about Ed Wood, we can talk about who's in the movie, the stars of the movie. It's hard to talk about what the fuck the movie's about, because it almost makes no fucking sense.
It's about the resurrection of the dead. That's all you gotta say. But I mean, say when it was released, it was the worst, voted the worst movie, even though I said
Well, I gotta write all that down then. I really don't know.
Pause!
Pause, Tanya! Cut! Cut! Cut!
Hi, welcome to Bump Night Theater with your host Chuck Jarman and Ronnie Yost. Tonight our movie's going to be Plan 9 from Outer Space. Written and directed by Ed Wood Jr., one of the more bizarre directors known to mankind right now. Here's a little more fact about Ed Wood Jr. Take it away, Ronnie.
Edward Jr. was born on October 10, 1924. Wood was a World War II Marine veteran who had worn women's lingerie under his uniform. Yes, Ed Wood was a transvestite. Wood's first complete film was Glen or Glenda, which was released in 1952. It was a story of men who liked to dress as women, which was based on Wood's own life. This was a strong subject in such an early time in film history. Ed Wood went on to write and direct several films such as The Sinister Urge, Jailbait, Bride of the Monster, and tonight's pick, Plan 9 from Outer Space. All these films were shot quickly and on a very low budget. Wood hurled his heart and soul into his movies, but he never received the respect he deserved. On December 10, 1978, Ed Wood died of a heart attack while watching a football game on TV. He died shortly before the renewal of interest in his films. Within the 15 years since his death, Wood and his films are 100 times more popular than they ever were in his lifetime. Ed Wood merchandise has been appearing everywhere, as you can see. A film is in the works by Tim Burton, with Johnny Depp in the lead role and also appearing Bill Murray. Now back to you, Chuck.
Plan 9 from Outer Space, originally released in 1959, titled originally as Grave Robbers from Outer Space, starred three of the biggest horror movie stars, I guess you could say stars. Would be Bela Lugosi, Tor Johnson, and Vampira. Vampira, a local LA host, notoriety, mostly just be in the bizarre areas. God,
She was of a TV show similar to this at a time back in the 50s.
Cut that out. Some more interesting facts about the movie and bizarre facts would be that as the movie started out before production, actually, Bela Lugosi died. So in replacement of Bela Lugosi, they had to use Ed Wood's chiropractor. Now you got to realize Bela Lugosi stood about 5'2", where the chiropractor stood about 6 foot. Makes no sense, which you'll see in the movie. But Ed Wood decided, hey, they both have big ears, we can use them. Jeez. That's pretty much it. For more information, we'll give you an address at the end of the show, and feel free to write to us. We'll tell you more, direct you to more videos of how to find out more, and let's get on to the movie. Let's watch it.
Bring some hairspray.
Hit the tunes.
Oh, duh. Forgot about that part. Music, please.
You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Hi, welcome to Bumpin' Night Theater with your hosts, Chuck Jarman and Ronnie Yost. Tonight we're going to bring to you Plan 9 from Outer Space, directed and written by Ed Wood Jr. To tell you a little bit more about the director is Ronnie Yost.
Okay, Edward D. Wood Jr. was born on October 10, 1924. Wood was a World War II Marine veteran who had worn women's lingerie underneath his uniform. Yes, Wood was a transvestite. Wood's first complete film was Glen or Glenda, which was released in 1952. It was a story of men who liked to dress as women, which was based on Wood's own lifestyles. This was a strange subject in such an early time in film history. Ed Wood went on to write and direct such films such as The Sinister Urge, Jailbait, Bride of the Monster, and tonight's pick, Plan 9 from Outer Space. All these films were quickly shot and quickly on a very low budget. Wood hurled his heart and soul into his movies, but he never received the respect he deserved. On December 10th, 1978, Ed Wood died of a heart attack while watching a football game on TV. He died shortly before the renewal of interest in his films. Within the 15 years since his death, Wood and his films became 100 times more popular than ever in his lifetime. Ed Wood merchandise has been appearing everywhere, as you can see. A film is in the works by Tim Burton with Johnny Depp in the lead role and an appearance by Bill Murray. Back to you.
Well, I was thinking, instead of saying back to you, I know where you're at,
okay.
so I'll just cut in.
Okay.
Plan 9 from Outer Space place. Plan 9 from Outer Space was released in 1959 under the original title. Plan 9 from Outer Space, released in 1959, was originally titled Grave Robbers from Outer Space. It starred three of the most biggest names in horror movie history of the 50s, which is Bela Lugosi, Tor Johnson, and Vampira. Also to be known as one of the worst movies in film history, next to Ishtar. It also consists of some of the most bizarre things a movie could ever do, such as replacing an actor with a stand-in that doesn't even resemble the original actor. Such as Bela Lugosi was replaced by Ed Wood's chiropractor. The difference would be that Bela Lugosi stood about 5'2", where the chiropractor stood about 6 foot. So to get around that, they had the chiropractor walk around with this cape over his face.
Oh.
See? That's pretty much about it. Let's go on to the movie. Film it, babe!